So today is 2nd of July 2019. I'm going to the ECSS, and this is obviously one of the biggest events in sports science. I was thinking, why shouldn't I take you with me? And then you can see what's it like to participate in such event. See you there. It happens once a year. It's an annual congress of the European College of Sports Science. It's one of the biggest organizations in sports science, and I think that's the second biggest congress in the field of sports science in the world, after the American College of Sports Medicine. So the annual congress last year was in Dublin. I was about to go there. I couldn't because of my PhD defense. Oh, there was no time. Then the previous year, in 2017, I found about this institution. I joined them. I'm a member of the European College of Sports Science now. And there we are, 2019, my first one. It will be in Prague. The good thing about the Congress is that it's more than a Congress. It's not just a Congress, but also it's a gathering and meeting point of where you can meet and rub shoulders with one of the best scientists in the field of sports science and sports and exercise sciences. And there will be so many other things that I'm looking forward to take part. For example, just the other day I was sent information about the 5 kilometers run, which will take place as part of the Congress on one of the days. So that will be a good chance. I think one of the an Olympic champion from the Czech Republic will do the warm-up before the whole 5 kilometers run. It's a charity run, so I'm more than happy to take part of it. And there will be so many opportunities also to see the new technology, new developments in sports science and new equipment. It will be an amazing place to be, and indeed the Congress is probably the most famous building in terms of events in Czech Republic. It's the Prague Conference Center. It's a huge place. I mean, the opening ceremony will be in the big hall, the main hall of the Congress. There are around 3,000 seats there, so it will be really fantastic. So I'm looking forward to going there. I think we put a really good research. My colleagues from the National Sports Academy in Sofia and Bulgaria, my home country, we put a good research on nutrition and body composition of elite rhythmic gymnasts from Bulgaria. Our sample of participants is really good. I think it's a unique sample of very high performance elite gymnasts from the Bulgarian national team, and some of them are bronze medalists from the Olympic Games, gold medalists from World Championships, silver medalists. So definitely it will be a very strong presentation. Looking forward to it.
Okay, 3 of the gymnasts.
Yes, these are 3 of the girls. There are 5 in the team.
These are three of the second national team. I've got three groups, and these are the second national team. So this photo is quite recent, from 2019.
So this will be, is this slide number 6, is it?
This is slide number 6, and I'll start with this one, definitely, the results. Although I haven't finished the results section, so I need to prepare a few more slides here. And we've got the three groups again: first national team, second national team, and the junior national team. We've got the numbers. These are the relative numbers, so this is per kilogram.
Yeah.
And I've got the numbers of the groups, and then on top I'm going to provide the guidelines. So now this with the green is the guidelines.
One or two of those we changed the word order, the syntax. So yeah, I remember that very well. Yeah.
I will start with this one. I'll talk about the body mass index and the percentile score of the body mass index. A few sentences on that.
Yeah.
So the normal range.
Mm-hmm.
And then it classifies the individual. If it's above this number, it classifies him or her as overweight or obese.
Yeah.
Whilst the Broca index that I mentioned, it's just one thing. It gives an idea what is your ideal weight, what should be your ideal weight.
Yeah.
And how do you calculate it for everyone? You just take your height in centimeters minus 100. That should be your ideal weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and based on this, we're actually giving something similar to the Broca index, but taking into account analyzing the results from the gymnasts from our study. Here, the equation, which really close fits to the ideal weight determined by the coaches, is the height minus 118. So that's something, I suppose, original from the study. But again, I mean, this might be just for Bulgarian population. It might not work for international gymnasts, so that should be checked. It should be tried in the future.
But at least people can use that and then see if it does correlate.
Indeed. Issues and problems with rhythmic gymnasts because they do not consume enough food, and therefore the energy is lower than it should be.
I see. Okay.
So what are the recommended
and that's been shown in other studies as well?
Yes, it has been shown in multiple studies. Very often, most of the cases actually in rhythmic gymnasts specifically is the same situation.
Right, okay.
So yeah, it's something that it has been shown. And then I'm gonna add this layer on top in green. This is the recommended guidelines for female gymnasts.
Yeah.
It's at least 40 kilocalories
at least,
per kilogram. And as you can see, we're barely, the groups that from our study are barely are struggling to meet this minimum requirement.
Yeah, well, you've got one below. And vary a little bit your speed of delivery.
I'll try to pause as well here and there to give them some time.
Occasional pause. Okay. Okay. I mean, if you had, let's say you had that and you had 15 minutes, you could then pause between some of the key points and allow people to absorb the information.
Yes, yeah.
To absorb what you've said, and also just to have a look at the figures for a little bit longer. But you don't have that luxury because you've only got 10 minutes and everything you want to say is important. No, that's great. That's great. So you are ready for Prague.
Do you think so?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know you'll practice it a few more times, of course. But I mean, everything very, very clear. I do like the short pauses. You emphasize key words. The pronunciation, the diction is very clear.
That's very important. I hope so. I really hope so.
No, it's very clear. It's nothing that's imprecise there. There are no words there where I'm thinking, oh, well, what did he say? I couldn't understand that particular word or that particular expression. So all of that was okay.
And there are only 5 days until the 24th Annual Congress of the European College of Sports Science. Presentation is ready, everything is ready. I'm looking forward to going to Prague and present my research to the audience there. So today I'm planning to do some various different tests that I normally do once a month. It will be quite interesting. I'm in my preparation phase at the moment, so there are no big event competitions coming up in the next few months, so just practicing, improving different qualities, strength and flexibility, and mostly concentrating on physical preparation, general physical preparation as well as specific physical preparation. Concentrate on specific strength for my favorite apparatus, which is rings. That's one of the events of the apparatuses in men's artistic gymnastics. So my last event was in April this year. It was quite a good competition. Took part at the 2019 London Regional Championships. Good routine. Happy with my routine. Not with the score, not with the place. Hopefully next year, the 2020 London Championships, will be there, we'll do better. And this is the main event that I'm kind of training for it. So in case you're a bit interested in some more gymnastics, one of the tests that I'm taking today is so-called handstand push-up test. So I'm gonna go to a handstand upside down on the bars and try to execute as many push-ups as I can. So I do that every month, always trying to progress and have a better result. We will see this time. I think my record at the moment is 12 with my body weight. Let's see if I can go to 12 this time again. Let's go. So today is 2nd of July 2019. I'm going to the ECSS. Another beautiful day here in London, and I think it will be very hot in Prague. Here are we at Heathrow Airport on our way to the terminal. Thank you. Bye-bye. I need to find my driver. Hello.
How are you?
My hotel room, finally in Prague. Tomorrow, of course, is the beginning of the 24th Annual Congress of European College of Sports Science. Very interesting indeed. Hopefully, I'll have some time to go and do a little bit of training. I checked on Google Maps that there is a gym park, fitness park near here. Hopefully, I'll be able to visit it and do some tricks, do a little bit of training. Take you with me, and I'll see you there.
Hello, and welcome to Prague. Welcome to the 24th Annual Congress of European College of Sports and Science. It is said that in our era, sport and physical activity serves far deeper purpose than meets the naked eye. It is physical activity and sport that is a tool and the most effective strategy to fight the chronic diseases, meanwhile increasing the standard of your everyday life. You all come here to unite the world through sports science. And this is why it's a great privilege and pleasure to welcome the first speaker on the podium, who is the Congress President, Professor Václav Bunc.
I must say that the sports science in the Czech Republic has a long tradition. First studies, mainly about anthropometric parameters.
And of course, sport and physical activities leads to better health. And for us, as the Ministry of Health of the Czech Republic, it is very important to support physical activities.
Sports college and the sports science is integrated many scientific disciplines if we are looking to the program of this Congress. It's not only the medicine, physiology, physiotherapy, but it's also the role of the sports in the society, in the humanities.
The President of European College of Sports Science, Professor Joan Duda.
So the Congress, in terms of sessions, has already started. We're going to be together for 4 days to share our world-class multidisciplinary research in sport and exercise, bringing the latest information, sharing with each other, discussing, networking, socializing, and certainly, hopefully, also having time to visit this beautiful and historic city of Prague. I've had the pleasure of being here several times, and I always enjoy coming back. So, with no further ado, I can say as of 5 p.m., we had more than 2,700 registrants come through the door, representing almost 80 countries. So ECSS is truly an international organization. And now we are ready to officially start the Congress, and we look forward to that buffet and reception. Enjoy the Congress, everyone.
That was a great opening first day of the ECSS, and there will be a lot of other days ahead. So there we are, we're waiting for the General Assembly, which is starting any moment. You can see the beautiful view from this building.
Actually, the stick diagram is actually based on a 3D model
It's a freestyle snowboard freestyle.
segments, and all segments are linked together.
Going around and exploring new technologies in sports science. There we are, and this is day 2 of the Congress. Very interesting talks today. I'm just getting ready, still in my room, and getting ready to go to the venue. And we received lots of interesting leaflets for the future congresses of the ECSS, and the one next year in Seville. That will be a fantastic opportunity to go and see Spain. Hopefully next year we'll see you in Seville. The year after that, that comes in the UK, in Glasgow. In 2021, ECSS will be in Glasgow. So let's go to the venue. Nice morning today. It's again beautiful weather in sunny Prague. Walking towards the metro station, where we're gonna go just for one stop to the Congress venue for another day science. Some information about the charity run, which is happening tomorrow in the evening, 8 o'clock.
There was a low nutrient media. There was this dephosphorylation of this protein called TFEB, which is an important transcription factor.
Prior to 2000 and 2002, actually, initially when we looked at maximum fat oxidation, this required separate experiments.
To our dear colleague, Professor Pavel Komi. We often refer to ECSS as a family. And the question is, what makes a family? Well, there's a certain bond that holds us together, shared goals, shared aspirations. There's also where members contribute. They care about each other. They want to make a difference. When I think about Professor Komi, he clearly was a pioneer in his field of sport and exercise biomechanics. But in terms of ECSS, he was an early founding father. He was one of us. He was held dear always, and has made such a tremendous contribution to the overall field.
To see some of the poster presentations around. Of course, very busy, lots of participants everywhere. Okay, this is the end of day 2. I had a chance to do some gymnastics after the congress, after the last talk, and I might show you some footage from the session. Did some handstands, feel great. I haven't done any training for the last few days, so that was a wonderful opportunity to get back in doing handstands and stuff. Really good, really happy. Tomorrow there will be another chance to do some more physical activities. It's the charity run at the ECSS. Tomorrow is also my presentation. Looking forward, a bit excited of course, but it's time to go there and present the study I was involved earlier this year on body composition and nutrient intake of elite rhythmic gymnasts. Day 3 of the Congress today. Of course, today is my big day. It's my presentation. I'll be talking and presenting my research in one of the sessions, one of the parallel sessions of the ECSS 2019. And in the evening there will be the charity run. So I'm very excited about all of these things. I'm now going to go to the conference center. There will be some talks, there will be lunch, and after that at about 4:45 is the session that I'm presenting. I'm starting, I'm the first speaker there. Getting ready, everything, the batch is here, everything is prepared. I have to say, really good conference so far, very interesting, definitely the biggest conference I've ever attended. It's really great pleasure to be part of it. I hope I'll do my best and I'll present a good presentation, a good talk, which will be informative and hopefully it will be interesting for the listeners. And it will be a 10 minutes presentation followed by 5 minutes of questions. So looking forward to going there.
Okay. Because like in the reasons of
good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the session titled Nutrition, Protein and Dietary Regimens. I'm David Rollins from Mass University in New Zealand, and the co-chair is Patricia Doyle.
Baker from University of Calgary, Canada.
And so the first speaker I'd like to introduce is Stefan Kolomenchov from the National Sports Academy in Sofia in Bulgaria. And Stefan's talk is titled Body Composition and Nutrient Intake of Olympic and Elite Rhythmic Gymnasts.
Thank you for the introduction. Dear Chairman, dear Chairwoman, dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to start this session. The aim of our study was to assess the body composition and the nutrient intake of elite rhythmic gymnasts from Bulgaria in comparison with some published guidelines for female gymnasts. That the first group were actually the bronze medalists from the 2016 Olympic Games. Moreover, the second group were gold medalists and silver medalists from the last 2 World Championships in rhythmic gymnastics. Simply taking the height expressed in centimeters minus 118, so this equation best corresponded to the individual values of the rhythmic gymnasts for their ideal weight, the relative amounts of the different macronutrients. And then again, similar picture emerges here. The gymnasts were struggling to meet the lower recommended values for fat and carbohydrates. Thank you very much for your attention, and I welcome any questions you might have.
I will take questions from the floor.
My name is Oscar Marvin from Norway. Thank you for a very enlightening speech here. You stated that the coaches were the most important source for dietary information to the athletes. And I also noted that the coaches meant that the athletes should be about 1 kilo leaner than they actually were.
Thank you for the clear talk, Walter Peters, Massey University. I was wondering, when did you take the dietary intake assessment? Because I saw that based on your calculations for energy needs and energy intake, that there might be a negative energy balance, particularly what I saw in the junior team.
Thank you, that was really insightful. I just wondered, where did you get, and maybe I missed it, the 118 number for your ideal weight?
I've just got a question around an observation for data. The Olympic group had higher percentage muscle mass compared to the national group. So that's related to performance level. Got any explanations for the higher percentage muscle mass?
Of the Olympic Games.
Say that again?
The gold medals of the Olympic Games of pentathlon. Yeah. You know?
David, that's what I like, a great sportsman. Short words and then hard exercise. Please come to us to the finish line. Please, everybody, all the runners, come to us to the finish line and around the finish line, and we will start a warm-up with David in 1 minute.
Let's follow him.
Take your space, and David will start with a little bit of warm-up. Then we have some stretching.
And now it's time to do some warm-up. And after that is the start of the charity run.
In Prague for a great foundation. Already you honored this foundation. And what we did in the first.
Thank you, David. I think we're all warmed up for the run now. And on behalf of the European College of Sports Science and the Charles University, I would like to welcome you to the 5th edition of the ECSS Bank Saltine Run. It's beautiful to have you here on this lovely evening. Before we start, I would love to thank you for your support, for the beautiful work that the Jedlička Foundation is doing here in Prague. So with your registration, you have contributed to the work that they are doing. I would love to hand over your donation to the sum of never less than €5,000. You have been beautiful. Thank you so much.
My second wish to this great run. So everybody in the first row, I know you already had a great warm-up with David, but please go down to your knees. Then for the photos, we have a lot of photographers, media teams behind me. Please, the first row, go down, go down, go down. And all the good people. Okay, and now, when I start, we raise our hands for this great donation. Keep smiling. Okay, the last information for your race. You were running 2 laps after 6. You were running 2 laps. Once again, 2 laps again.
Come on, Stefan.
Do the handwalk across the line. To the finish line, Stefan.
Yeah. Well, that was starting. Great. So far, strong. Thank you!
Okay, the next one, the next winner is the number 3. Where is the number 3? This is a small prize from you. Thank you very much. The next number is the 27.
Just won my second
And I hope you can
prize.
drink the bottle together because if we won, it's maybe a little bit alone.
Thank you, everybody. Good luck for next.
Next number is the 155.
Our winner!
155.
Well done. Hey, well done. Really good.
Also the ECSS for the invitation to give this presentation at this great conference. It's a great honour.
A 28% reduction for esophageal cancer to the smallest is a 12% reduction in the likelihood of developing kidney cancer for those who are most versus least active. We think that those are important because still, in many places in the world, when you hear that someone has cancer, the first thing that they're going to say is, rest, take it easy, don't push yourself. And we are trying to erase that and make the first 2 words be avoid inactivity.
Use my opportunity here to call for a European initiative on exercise oncology. On that, maybe ECSS might be the platform, but I would like to encourage in Europe the people to come together. Katie would like to say one voice, global impact. I would say one voice, European impact, but it should be a global impact.
Yes, it's well documented that the anterior ligament, the ATFL, is the one which is by far most commonly injured, followed by the CFL and then by the PPFL.
Findings, as expected, were related to high life satisfaction. So these athletes were feeling relatively well, they were content with their life and also with other aspects of their life besides their sport.
Previous work had indicated that a single session of TDCS can cause an acute increase in maximal force output. Applying the stimulation during training across the 3-week program didn't produce any performance gains beyond that of a regular training program.
And nitrate supplementation speeded this response in both normoxia and hypoxia.
Slide nutrition award presentations exemplifies that aspect within our few days together here in Prague. And of course, at the end of our few days, we have our Young Investigator Award of ECSS that also exemplifies this thrust. Prague have gone quite quickly. They certainly have been full on. And I really hope you have enjoyed the Congress as much as I have. This is in the 24-year history of ECSS. It's the 5th largest Congress. We had 2,722 delegates come through our doors. Of course, we had our 4 plenary sessions with interesting cross-disciplinary discussions at the end. We had our 35 invited sessions. We had 138 oral presentations. And our wonderful office did the calculations that just in terms of oral presentations, we had 270 hours of research that was presented. Last night, we had more than 200 participants in our 5th ECSS Bensaltine run, and that was a truly wonderful event on a beautiful evening. So I think it's fair to say that all around, ECS 2019 in Prague has been a great success.
From the Czech scientific societies. And to last word, thank you for the participation. Thank you for all that are coming to us and that we are able to present a Czech possibility. Thank you for the attention.
that was it. What an event, what a congress. The ECSS Prague 2019. So I'm going now to the hotel where I'll be picked up and I'll have my transfer all the way to the airport and then going back to London. Time to fly. Let's go to London. Let's go back home.
Welcome to London Heathrow Terminal 3, where the local time is 10:15 in the evening. It has been our pleasure looking after you, and we look forward to welcoming you back again very soon.